Welcome, everyone, to today's explainer on mastering sentence types and punctuation. You know, if you've ever lost exam points just because of a careless, misplaced full stop or a missing question mark, well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to eliminate those errors for good and really boost your exam readiness. Let's take a quick look at our lesson plan. We'll start with the power of punctuation, move on to the 4 sentence types, see those sentences in action, fix some common mistakes, and then finish up with a mini challenge quiz. All right, let's dive right into part 1, the power of punctuation. So, can one tiny mark really change a whole sentence? Absolutely. A full stop, a question mark, or an exclamation mark might seem incredibly small, but honestly, using the wrong one can completely confuse your reader, and worse, it can cost you valuable exam marks. Moving on to section 2, let's look at the 4 sentence types you need to know. To make sure you get this right every single time, you just need to follow a few simple steps to figure out the sentence's purpose. Step 1, ask yourself, what is this sentence doing? Step 2, is it telling, asking, ordering, or showing strong feeling? And finally, step 3, choose the correct punctuation based on that purpose. Let's break down those 4 core rules. Take a look at the columns here. If a sentence tells you something, it's a statement, and it ends in a full stop. If it asks something, it's a question, ending in a question mark. If it orders someone to do something, it's a command, and that also ends in a full stop. Lastly, if it shows a strong feeling, it's an exclamation, which means it gets an exclamation mark. Notice how the purpose leads straight to the punctuation? Okay, let's see these rules at work in section 3, sentences in action. Here's our first example. The rain stopped. Now, what is this sentence actually doing? Well, it's simply telling us a piece of information. Because it's just telling us a fact, it's a statement. So it ends with a nice, clear, full stop. But what if we change the words to, did the rain stop? Suddenly, the purpose shifts. We're asking a question now. Therefore, it absolutely must end with a large question mark. Next up, we have close the window. When we tell someone to actually do an action, it becomes a command. Commands give orders, right? So this requires a firm full stop right at the end. And finally, what a storm. When a sentence shows strong feeling, high emotion, or surprise, it's an exclamation. It must end with a giant exclamation mark to really capture that exact feeling. Now that we know the rules, let's jump into section 4 and fix some common mistakes that always seem to trip students up. Check out this really common trap on the left. Writing, "Where is your book?" with a full stop is definitely incorrect. Why? Well, because this sentence is clearly asking a question. The correct version on the right must end with a question mark. Where is your book? You always have to match the mark to the purpose. And here's another one. Putting a question mark after open the door is incorrect. You're commanding someone to do an action here, not asking them if they want to. So it has to end with a full stop. Open the door. All right, section 5. It's time to test your exam readiness with a quick mini challenge quiz. Here is your very first challenge. Please sit down. I want you to ask yourself what this sentence is doing and then decide on the correct punctuation. I'll give you a second to think. Let's see how you did. If you guessed it's a command with a full stop, you are absolutely correct. It's telling someone to do something, so please sit down gets a full stop. Ready for challenge number 2? Are you ready? Think carefully about the sentence's purpose. What is it trying to do? Well, this sentence is clearly asking for information. That makes it a question, which means it must end with a question mark. Are you ready? Great job if you got that one right. And for our final challenge. That was amazing. Try to really feel the emotion behind those words. What kind of punctuation does this need? Because it shows such strong feeling, it's an exclamation, and that means it gets a massive exclamation mark. That was amazing. Excellent work if you got all 3 of those correct. So, let's lock this golden rule into our memories forever, shall we? Purpose first, punctuation second. Always figure out the sentence purpose first, and then the correct punctuation just comes naturally second. It's such a simple habit, but honestly, it will completely transform your writing. Be sure to save this rule for your next exam. Remember to check your purpose first, keep practicing those sentence types, and make sure you subscribe for more Cambridge English in 5 minutes. See you in the next lesson.